Birmingham and a cup final atmosphere which reflects this unique occasion as Charlton Athletic and Leeds United compete for a place in the First Division. After this long season, it's all down to one match, and there has to be a result here tonight. There has to be a winner. If after 90 minutes it's all square, well, there's extra time. Deadlock then, and we are into a penalty shootout. Well, this saga began last Saturday at Selhurst Park. Charlton, they got a one-goal lead. There's 3 minutes from time through Jim Melrose. Then in the second leg at Ellen Road on Monday, well, Brendan Ormsby, the lead skipper, he scored the goal that's brought us all back here to Birmingham tonight. So now let's join our match commentator, John Helm.
Quite vibrant atmosphere, as you would expect, and the vast majority of supporters in the crowd here at St Andrews have made the journey either down the M1 or the M6 from Leeds. Well, after just one season in the top flight, Charlton are desperately keen to hang on to their status. That eagerness reflected in the fact that Monday's defeat at Leeds was their first in 7 matches. Well, here is the Charlton lineup. Bob Boulder is in goal, as always. The back four featuring Peter Shirtliff, the former Sheffield Wednesday centre-half, and, of course, Paul Miller, signed from Tottenham Hotspur this season. In the midfield, then, Charlton Athletic have 3 men. Colin Walsh on the left, the former Nottingham Forest player, has been outstanding in both games so far. And up front, 3 men there, including Garth Crooks, of course, signed from West Bromwich Albion earlier this year, and Jim Melrose, who, as Roger said, got the goal at Selhurst Park in the first leg. Now let's have a look at the Leeds United lineup. The vastly experienced Mervyn Day in goal, and familiar team names too in the back four there. Skipper Brendan Ormsby alongside Jack Ashurst, and Bobby McDonald in the left-back slot, of course, played over 400 league games. In the midfield, well, Mark Aizlewood, John Sheridan and Mickey Adams have been bolstered there. A word or two in a moment about John Stiles returning, and up front, John Pearson fit again and comes in place of Bob Taylor, who did so well as his deputy, and Ian Baird. John Stiles then gets a chance in the Leeds lineup. He wasn't in the starting lineup for either of the 2 previous games against Charlton Athletic, and I wonder, is this a change of policy perhaps on the part of Billy Bremner, packing the midfield and perhaps reverting as well to the lineup which was so successful in the cup ties earlier this year, in which John Stiles did so well. The referee tonight, Alan Gunn from Burgess Hill, is paying his first visit to St Andrews. It's the 3rd playoff match in which he's been involved. First blow to Leeds. They won the toss, so Charlton kick off. And has there ever been a more vital league fixture at the end of a season? The prize, as everyone knows, the First Division next season, and it must be worth at least £500,000, we reckon. Here's Humphrey for Charlton with the first ball into the Leeds penalty area, cut out by Aizlewood. So the early pressure from Charlton. Garth Crooks, edge of the area, trying to nudge it back for Gritt, and again it was Aizlewood's intervention which helped Leeds out. And Shirtliff will surely give his goalkeeper Bob Boulder the early touch that all keepers like. Again, it'll be Aspin and Crooks here, and Crooks, old man Aspin, a little bit there, taking the ball away from him. Now Walsh trying to settle Charlton down in the midfield and finding his colleague Peake, the former Grimsby man. Here's Humphrey. Now Gritt. Oh, well done by Sheridan for Leeds, but he was a little unlucky. The ball rebounding back to Humphrey, who's got good pace. Here's Humphrey. Useful cross as well. Ormsby got it away, only as far as Peake. Now Reid, and Charlton spreading the ball around quite handsomely. And Walsh, Aspin just getting a foot in there, which was crucial, I think. This is Lee. Taking McDonald on the outside. Has to come back. He's got support behind him from Gritt. And the free kick is given against McDonald. What a useful position for Charlton to have here, with the wicked left foot of Colin Walsh. He can curve them, and you can see the anxiety on the face there of Mervyn Day as he tries to organise the barrier in front of him. Walsh so dangerous in this situation. And it's far post, too far. Leeds survived that, but that's surely a warning to them not to concede free kicks in that sort of position. Good distance and then again from Day. There's a rare old scrap going on in midfield. And this game is going to take some sorting out. I get the feeling that one little mistake might settle it. There, by the way, Tom Hill from Lincoln is retiring after this match from the Football League list, so it's a memorable day for him, and this could be memorable for Leeds if Baird gets it across. Boulder was there, and the first hint of danger to the Charlton goal. This is Mark Reid, and just too long for Crooks. Long kick from Mervyn Day again. Pearson chesting it down, but couldn't find Aizlewood. So Walsh brings Charlton tearing away downfield. Now they've slowed it down. Walsh, good run from Walsh. Sheridan got there. And there's so much at stake in this game. I don't suppose we could reasonably expect to see much good football. But who knows, a goal could change all that. And Reid is coming forward for Charlton. And Walsh has stayed out there. And that's going to drift aimlessly over the top. And that wasn't one of his better efforts. Good flick from Pearson again, but went straight to Shirtliff. Sheridan nearly took it off his toe end. Gritt, now Crooks. Oh, he was a little lucky there. He trod on the ball and it enabled him to get past Ashurst. Melrose, well tackled by McDonald. Sheridan. That was a good challenge from Peake. Charlton spurred on by their much smaller band of supporters here at St Andrews. They're just enjoying the better of the play at the moment. Quick throw, Crooks, shadowed by Ashurst. Tries to tee up Walsh. And a curler. It wasn't a bad try from Colin Walsh. For him, it was on his wrong foot. Leeds' ball. I think the other good thing to report so far is there's been no sign of any ill feeling between any of the players after Monday's game at Leeds. And it's Leeds now on the ball with McDonald. And here's Baird. Adams running forward, but it comes to Sheridan. Couldn't get his sight set really there. Miscued. Adams, long ball, Pearson's here, and bowled it. Ooh, Pearson went in. Well, I thought he had his foot up a little bit, but nobody complained. Referee said play on. Good decision. And what's more, a good catch by Boulder under pressure. The game's quickening a little. Stiles has done well there. Good battling. He spread the ball wide here. McDonald waits for Adams to get ahead of him. Oh, Baird there, caught by Peake, and again his head goes in his hands. The picture says it all. It's been Leeds' turn in the last 4 or 5 minutes to try and turn the screw, and they've a lot of men up in that penalty area as McDonald gets the cross in, but the header from Ashurst goes wide. That's a good long kick from Boulder as well, taken by Crooks on the chest, finding Lee here. McDonald's the defender who'll go with Lee all the way, holds off him, and Lee's cross. Meat and drink for someone like Mervyn Day. Not a good kick that time, and went straight to the foot of Robert Lee, who said thank you very much and set off towards the Leeds goal and got brought down for his troubles. With 5 minutes of the first half left, then Charlton have this free kick, and they've got 4 men in the penalty area and another 2 hovering outside as Walsh takes it, and Aizlewood missed it, but the whistle had gone. There was a bit of a push and a shove on a Leeds player in the area. And let's have a look at this. Colin Walsh is the player who hits the free kick in. Aizlewood got there, and the shot came in. Now, you wouldn't see it on that picture, but there was a slight push in the penalty area. And now, back at the other end, Leeds come forward, but still rather messy out there. Ormsby hurt himself in challenging Crooks, but won the ball. And how ironic if Leeds should score while he's down. Aspin's carried on his run, will do well to keep the ball in play. Just managed to give it away as a throw-in. Brendan Ormsby is down and looks as though he could be quite seriously injured. Bobby McDonald was calling the referee's attention. And now Peter Gumby can come on. They're still quiet because they've had absolutely nothing to sing about in terms of the football as yet, but of course they know, as we know, that it's all going to be settled one way or the other tonight. It's almost certain he'll get his opportunity at some stage of the evening, but I don't really think that Leeds would want him on just yet. And it does look as though that's the end of the game and the season for Brendan Ormsby. And Billy Bremner is out on the track side. Brendan Ormsby wouldn't dream of leaving a match if he was fit at all to play on. Billy Bremner wants to know if he thinks he might be able to stagger back out. But it'd be pointless Leeds having a passenger. And the indication from Peter Gumby there surely is that Brendan Ormsby will not be taking any further part in the action. So with just 3 minutes of the first half left, looks as though Edwards is going to come on for Leeds, but Charlton are on the attack. That's the important thing to say at the moment. There is Keith Edwards trying to get ready, but the referee, I think, wants play to carry on. Brendan Ormsby is still gingerly trotting up and down out here. Let's watch the free kick. Leeds desperately don't want to concede anything just before half-time. Melrose is there with a header. Miller's header. Miller does take up some good positions in the penalty area, and when Walsh hit this ball across, he was lurking at the back of the penalty area and was straight onto Melrose's flicked header, and it almost paid off. And there it is from another angle. Walsh takes a wicked free kick, really. And there was the first header, there was the second one. Mervyn Day saw it all the way, though. Referee Gunn blows the whistle that signals half-time. It's been a sterile first half, really. Chances few and far between. And Leeds losing Brendan Ormsby. He'll be disconsolate just a minute from half-time. But I wonder, is that the chance for Keith Edwards to sign off the season with some glory for Leeds United? Charlton will certainly have to watch him. But at half-time here at St Andrews, it's still Leeds United 0, Charlton Athletic 0. To Birmingham for the crucial stage of this game. It would take a brave man indeed to forecast the result. There's been so little to separate the sides. In fact, there was probably only one clear-cut chance in the first half, and that was just before the half-time whistle, in fact. That free kick from Colin Walsh there, flicked on here by Jim Melrose, and Paul Miller coming in with a fierce header, and he wasn't far off the mark. The drama will build from now until that final whistle, whether it's after another 45 or another 75 minutes, or even, of course, after penalties. And how intense that pressure will be on the players if it does go to penalties. I think everybody really is hoping it's sorted out in open play. And the news from the dressing room, by the way, is that Brendan Ormsby has a swelling behind the left knee. He obviously couldn't continue, so Ashurst will have a huge responsibility in the centre of the Leeds defence, but he's experienced enough, and Mark Aizlewood has dropped back alongside him. It's going to be interesting to see how Leeds do reorganise to accommodate Keith Edwards. There's Mark Reid. He'll be one of the penalty takers for Charlton if it does go to that. He scored 8 last season. They'll all be so relieved when this season is over. Leeds got to the semi-finals of the Cup, and now, of course, to play right through to May the 29th. It's certainly not over yet, though. The Sheridan hoofs it inside the penalty area. Pearson's there. Couldn't direct the header under pressure from Miller. And Adams has taken the ball away from Gritt. And he's got a cross in. Taken on the chest by Walsh, fairly. Oh, and Aizlewood, no matter he's 6'2", had to stretch to catch that ball. Otherwise, Garth Crooks would have been herring away behind him. And Aizlewood will get booked for this. Mark Aizlewood has managed to get himself booked in all 3 matches against his old team. I know exactly what he's saying. I had no option. But of course, Mark Aizlewood now daren't do anything else in this game, otherwise he'll be off. Walsh, as always, takes the Charlton free kick. Humphrey gives it back. There's so many nerves out there. That was a ball normally, I'm sure, that Lee would have controlled. All coming from the Leeds supporters, but you honestly can't say which way this game is going to go. Lee tries to get Crooks moving down the right, and he's got past Aizlewood, who didn't dare do anything, as I said there, and Crooks is still going, and Ashurst across just in time. Humphrey beaten by Sheridan. Good tackle by John Sheridan, actually. He's got Pearson and Edwards in front of him, but wasn't quick enough. But that was interesting just a moment ago, because Crooks got round Aizlewood when he probably normally wouldn't have done, but Aizlewood just didn't dare go in on the challenge because he knows that he could get sent off if he does any other indiscretions. Good refereeing has allowed play to continue there. Peake, Crooks, still cut out. And now Crooks has a real shooting chance. It came back off McDonald. The queuing up here, the Charlton players, and Crooks drives it straight at Mervyn Day. And Ashurst hit the ball straight at Walsh there. And now it's Leeds' turn to come charging forward. The game's gathering momentum. Crooks here hit the ball, good positioning by Day, and then there was a bit of panic, but Walsh surely handled the ball there, although the referee allowed play to continue. Reid in field for Lee, and there'll be a free kick because that was Aspin actually, who is going to get a lecture now from referee Gunn. What for, he says? It was for something that happened down on the touchline actually before that free kick, I think. And I think it's worth stressing that the man in the middle of your picture there in black, referee Alan Gunn, has done a sterling job so far in keeping things under control. You need experience to handle a match like this, and he's showing it all. Walsh, Crooks, handball, they screamed, it wasn't given, and Crooks turning quickly, put in the best effort of the night. Crooks here showing all the experience of his days with Tottenham and West Bromwich Albion, turning and putting in the shot. It was well off the target. Nice to see the linesman, Tom Hill, wearing a big smile as Stiles takes the throw. And Melrose here. Neil Aspin has gone with him. Melrose put the cross in, but Aizlewood, in his new defensive duty, gets it away, but Baird loses out. Reid this time eludes the challenge from Stiles and might try a shot himself, and Mervyn Day has to stretch. McDonald and for Leeds. And Edwards, there's a nice little shimmy around Humphrey, but the ball has gone out, according to the linesman on the far side. Edwards doesn't seem to complain. And when will the deadlock be broken? Crooks. And Lee here. Oh, good shot from Lee. So Mervyn Day has had 2 or 3 shots to deal with this second half. And his positioning has been perfect. Leeds were looking for a free kick, it wasn't awarded. Ooh, and Baird nearly caught Reid. Not a good ball from the former Celtic fullback. So Leeds urged on again by this fanatic following. Edwards, Pearson, and there's no hope of that one, but it's a free kick for Leeds. Edwards caught after he played that little ball back to Pearson. A bit of time wasting going on. And every single Charlton player, well, I was going to say is behind the ball, but now Lee has moved away. Frantic discussions going on there about where the wall should be placed, because they know what a lethal right foot John Sheridan possesses. And if this one ends up in the back of the Charlton net, you'll hear an almighty roar. Sheridan has been known to score from this distance. Bob Bowler, the goalkeeper, is off his line at the moment on his knees, just doing 1 or 2 exercises. Now he's gone back. The referee, meanwhile, is having words with Paul Miller and Jackie Ashurst. Generally, I think there's been a better feeling about this contest than the previous two. The players have wanted to get on with the game. It seems to be an eternity before the free kick's taken. From the Leeds point of view, they'll be hoping it's worth the wait. Adams is there as well, it's worth noting, but here's Sheridan, and it's a good effort. I tell you what, that was only an inch or two over the crossbar. It was perfectly placed. Adams runs over the ball. Sheridan stroked it. It was a little clip, really. Now, Boulder's a big fellow, but that's how close he came. It's the best Leeds have managed so far. We'll see again here just how narrow the distance was between the ball and the crossbar. Good try from Sheridan. And even though the ball didn't end up in the net, that will have encouraged Leeds a little bit, should they get in a similar situation. But now Crooks dummies, and Melrose loses his boot completely, and the ball eventually is, well, dribbled away out of the penalty area, and Melrose has stayed down. His boot came off completely there, as he threw his leg at it, but up here is Pearson, and here's Baird. Boulder off his line, flags up, there'll be a free kick against Baird for the challenge on the goalkeeper, and this is where it gets silly. All sorts of players getting involved where they don't need to do. The pushing and shoving goes on. Referee guns in quickly. It's the first really niggly moment there has been in the game. And for a start, referee Gunn wants everybody away apart from the players who are involved. And it was a good long high cross there initially. Now you see Pearson challenging. His elbow did catch the side of Shirtliff's head. Here's Baird coming in ahead of Reid, but Boulder gets there first. Baird continues his challenge. Boulder then loses his grasp of the ball. Edwards didn't touch him, I don't think, there, but there Shirtliff kicks Baird on the back of the head. Shirtliff is told that his name is in the book for the challenge on Baird, and justifiably so. Now, Baird is being told that his challenge was late on the goalkeeper, Ian Baird, who was booked at Ellen Road on Monday, is booked at St Andrews on Friday. 3 names in referee Gunn's book then. The first was Mark Aizlewood. Shirtliff without a knee. Melrose has got his boot on, but looks as though it might be unfastened because he's treading a bit gingerly. And it's hard to know which of the teams would be the more pleased at the moment. It's also hard to see where the first goal is going to come from. I wonder if it'll be the penalty spot. McDonald. Pearson again. Great challenge, but he couldn't direct the ball down. And now Garth Crooks, who's got good pace, will take on Aizlewood. And rolled it inside for Gritt. Oh, and Leeds did well not to concede a penalty there. Gritt could well have been bowled over as he raced into the penalty area. Really would be a fairy story if he scored in his 10th season with Charlton Athletic. Day's long kick, Pearson's under it with Shirtliff. Hacked away by Gritt. Melrose has got Crooks moving sharply away down the middle. Humphrey's supporting down the right. And inside for Lee. Great save from Mervyn Day. Oh, and then the ball pushed through his own legs by Ashurst. That's the best save of the night. Well, Mervyn Day certainly earned his keep here for Leeds. Good ball inside from Garth Crooks, finding Lee in that centre-forward position, the toe poke, fine save, and he was then put under pressure again by his own defender. The Leeds escaped. went through his legs and then he got the ball back. Back we come with Charlton again. Lee again, the man inside the area, and again it's ended up in Day's hands. Where are you all, he says. Aizlewood again intervenes when he was most needed, and a nice knock on from Pearson to Edwards. Well, Edwards we've only really seen once in this second half, but he plays across there. Pearson's in with the header. It's going to be wide though, well wide. Whistles all around the ground. I think most people are resigned here to extra time. But the referee's the important man with the watch and the whistle. And Sheridan asks Aspin to race down that right-hand touchline once more. Gets it right too with Baird. And he's got past his man there, Neil Aspin. Oh, a little low cross. Here's Edwards for Leeds. Oh, and a good save by Boulder at the near post. Keith Edwards so close to being a hero for Leeds again. He got last-minute goals against Oldham in the first two playoff matches. And he's got a corner for Leeds here with that low shot, which Boulder turned round the upright. Adams will take it. And Pearson, oh, it's still not away. Sheridan gets in there. It is away now, knocked on by Gritt. Aizlewood for Leeds. Has to play a good ball here, which he's done. He's found Adams out on the right of all people. Stayed out there, of course, having taken the corner. Still Adams. And brought down this time by Reid. There are only seconds of normal time left now. Charlton must be dreading giving a goal away at this time. Leeds dreaming of a goal now. Sheridan with the free kick. It's a long one. Pearson couldn't get there. Stiles will try and bring Leeds forward once more. That surely is too long though. Good defending by Neil Aspin, and we're into extra time. The referee's hand is raised, and not entirely unexpected this. After 90 minutes in London, 90 minutes in Leeds, and 90 minutes in Birmingham, that's the situation. And the only way to resolve this is extra time, and who knows, it could even be penalties. Neil Aspin here making a strong surging run down that right. He did so well. He was a bit lucky actually to get the ball off the inside of Mark Reid's left leg. Plays in the cross here. Keith Edwards turns, and we've seen him in this situation so many times. I don't know whether it was going in or not, but Boulder had to make sure. 46 matches in 90 minutes so far mean absolutely nothing. Because that's the situation as we go into 30 minutes of extra time. Lenny Lawrence, the Charlton manager, very animated at the moment. A lot to say, but there's so much at stake. Adams winning that tussle, giving away the throw, which Humphrey will take. Inside for Peake. Sheridan wins it away from him, but so far, almost the entire period has been spent in the Leeds half, and there's Peake's shot, and it trickled past that upright. Mervyn Day had leapt across there, so I think he knew where it was going. He didn't seem too happy with his defence over this, though. Andy Peake gets in the shot with his left foot. It wasn't really the strongest of efforts. Yes, Day had it covered all right. And Adams has his first touch of it with sponge in left hand. And Leeds so anxious to get on with it. Billy Bremner leapt from the dugout there to throw that ball back to John Stiles. And Stiles it is who takes the throw to Edwards. Now Baird. Not much of a gap, so Baird Comes inside, unleashes the shot. Good one too. He's not scored for 7 matches, so he must feel it's about time he got his name on the sheet. Good play this from Baird. He saw his only route to goal was to cut inside, and he struck it well. Boulder, though, is a good keeper. Crooks and Aspin battle. They both seem to miss it in the end, and Stuart gets his first touch of the ball. Comes away to Peake. Sheridan was snapping away at the ankles of Peake there. Aspin gets a bit too far under his first header, does well though with his second one. He's had a good commanding game in defence, as Neil Aspin. And there's a lot of room over on that touchline now as Adam sprints over to get in touch with Humphrey. Inside the area, Garth Crooks, but he's hustled away from it. And Stiles will play a long ball down the middle for Pearson. Great flick on Edwards. And Miller used his hands there, according to the referee. Miller doesn't think he did. He says it struck his head. It's a lovely ball from Stiles, which put Miller under some pressure. Now, John Sheridan has struck one free kick from this sort of distance tonight, when he just cleared the crossbar. Leeds must be praying he gets it just under the crossbar. McDonald trying to find a place in the wall. What about him, says Garth Crooks. He's not one of us. Sheridan's got 15 goals this season, a lot of them from free kicks. Can he make it 16? John Sheridan's done it! The Leeds fans are going wild. Boulder disconsolate on his knees. Aspin's face says it all. They sense that the First Division could be beckoning for Leeds. He's never scored a more important goal in his career. John Sheridan, who scored at St Andrews earlier this season in a league game for Leeds, and has just signed a new contract to play with them next season, must hope he's going to be playing it in the First Division. Here it is, he seems to point the way, and it flew into the net. It was perfect. But Leeds have to defend now. They know as well as anyone how teams can be caught cold after they've just scored. Leeds themselves, through Edwards, got back at Oldham within a minute. But on 99 minutes, John Sheridan has got the goal, which gives Leeds the encouragement to get their fans singing. Pearson chested that one down. And now it's the Charlton players' turn to feel anxious. There's still some time to go. By no means is it all over, because Charlton must now throw everything at Leeds. Leeds 1, Charlton 0 in the first period of extra time. And it's the first time Leeds have been ahead in the tie. But Crooks here on the edge of the area finds Peake. Great run. Ashurst took it away at the crucial moment. But they're still here as Humphrey dinks in a little cross. Crooks couldn't get there. Away by Adams. Gritt. Good strike. Good save again. Well, Gritt is his name, and you'll excuse me for saying that Gritt is the characteristic most required by the players now. Humphrey pulled it back there. Crooks went in for the header. It was knocked away, and Gritt, striking it first time, found Day perfectly positioned. Sheridan, the scorer, rolls it to Edwards, the substitute. He bangs it away into touch. He's happy to put it anywhere at the moment. Stiles is struggling with an injury. Leeds are effectively down to 10 men because Stiles can do no more than hobble after the ball slowly. The Leeds fans whistling. They want that half-time whistle for extra time. And there is the half-time whistle. And Leeds United are 15 minutes away from First Division football again. And away we go with the second half of extra time. Obviously tortuous for the players out there. It must be even more so for someone like Brendan Ormsby, such a competitor who's having to sit it out with that injury. Pearson adjudged to have handled there. And more desperation will creep into Charlton's play as the minutes tick away. Baird was up there, Crooks. Oh, and a chance for Peake to strike it. Day saves with his legs. Reid's here for Charlton. Aizlewood up there, Walsh gets it over the top, and Mervyn Day again is the saviour of Leeds United. Walsh headed over, but the real save there was from Peake. And no one deserves First Division football more than Mervyn Day. And he certainly had to be at his best here. Crooks laid it back, Peake struck it well. Day, what long legs he's got, he used them to good advantage. And Reid is here. There's his cross, Miller's header, away by Baird of all people. Pearson couldn't get on the end of it, and Leeds now content just to hold everything at bay. Lee attacks down the right, and his body charged out of it by McDonald. He won't mind too much about giving away a free kick there. What it does mean is that Leeds have to soak up a bit more pressure. Humphrey. Well, it wasn't the best free kick for Charlton in the circumstances, though he has found Miller. It's a better looking cross. It's away by Adams, only as far as Gritt, and it's still in that penalty area. Stuart. Oh, it's a goal for Charlton Athletic! And it's Peter Shirtliff. It's all square again. The former Sheffield Wednesday man, Shirtliff, has given Charlton a lifeline and sent those supporters into ecstasy. Would you believe it? Nobody will lie down in this tie. He's only got 3 goals before this one. Gritt didn't strike it, and it paid off really. Stuart managed to wriggle the situation, turning it back. Shirtliff struck it sweetly. Day could do nothing about it. Here we go again at 1-1, 112 minutes of this one gone, in addition to the 180 before. And what's this? An amazing effort from Sheridan, from the goal kick, from the kick-off. Can you believe it? Well, Leeds must be absolutely crestfallen. Stuart did well. Shirtley, of course, did even better. And that's given Charlton a lift, no doubt about that. And Leeds must be sick. They've got it all to do again now. They saw victory snatched away from them by Coventry in the Cup semi-final at Hillsborough. And now we're 6 minutes away from the most dramatic finish there could ever have been to a league season. A First Division place is the prize. And it's the only way you feel that these two sides are going to be separated. They have to be crestfallen. They were so close. And it really is going to be awful for either of these sides to lose in this manner. Having given absolutely everything, and now Charlton. Well, Peake putting the ball behind. I think we could all do with a breather. Minutes to go. Leeds 1, Charlton 1. Leeds taking the lead through Sheridan, and Charlton equalising through Shirtliff. And just who would you put your money on? Oh, it's impossible, isn't it? Baird, Leeds coming forward. Good ball, and the keeper's not come for it, but can Edwards get there? Not quite. I always reckon it's better to come from behind in these situations. Charlton have got the lift now. Leeds must be feeling it might just slip away. But really, there's been nothing much predictable here. Lee bundled off it by Sheridan. Free kick for Charlton. Apart from one flashpoint, I would say the players have done very well tonight to restrain themselves. But now Mervyn Day there, getting that wall just where he wants it. It's got to be inch perfect, as we saw when Sheridan beat Boulder. Walsh runs over it. It's now left for Peake. Oh, it's a good one! Oh, it's the goal, which might well have preserved First Division football for Charlton Athletic, and it's Peter Shirtliff again. The Charlton supporters delirious, and it's a Sheffield man who's probably kept Leeds in Division 2 for next season. What a dream story for Peter Shirtliff. He doesn't get many goals, but he's got two in the space of a few moments, which have turned the match on its head. When Leeds looked to be on their way to the First Division, Shirtliff equalised, and now he's headed them surely into the First Division again next season. We can see it once more. I'm sure nobody in Leeds wants to see it. It was well rehearsed. Peake chipped it in. Aizlewood didn't go for it. Shirtliff did, and he beat Ashurst. Oh, and the ball's in the net. Well, it's a cruel, cruel way for a season to end for Leeds United. Lenny Lawrence said that Charlton would fight to the death to hold on to the First Division status they only won last season. And you've got to give them total credit. A lot of teams would have laid down and died going a goal down in extra time. The referee, I think, has got the whistle ready to blow. That is the most astonishing way in which a Football League season has ever ended. Leeds going a goal up in extra time through Sheridan. Shirtliff snatching it away with 2 goals for Charlton. It's still not over, but the flag is up. Again, the referee, he's the most important man out there, looks at that watch, and it's beginning to look like First Division football next season for Charlton, Second Division football for Leeds United. They've put up a valiant effort here, but you feel it's not going to be enough unless Ashurst can get them moving. Adams picks it up. The referee keeps looking at that watch, but he's not blown it as yet, and Leeds have got a throw. Every Leeds supporter urging the team on. Stiles has suddenly found a new pair of legs, I think, from somewhere. Adams with the cross, Boulders in there and makes the catch. And the referee raises his arm. Charlton have won it. Leeds can't believe it. You'll gather that they're Charlton fans. On the opposite side away from me, Leeds supporters are applauding. It's been the most dramatic climax that one could ever imagine. The Football League season ends in total ecstasy for Charlton Athletic, an entire dejection for Leeds United. And Peter Shirtliff, that's John Humphrey with Paul Miller. They know that they'll be playing on the big grounds again next season. Leeds, Ian Baird there applauding the team's fans, but they must feel absolutely dejected. First Division football has been snatched away from Leeds United, and it's a tragic way for them to end the season after losing out in the FA Cup as well. Billy Bremner, nice to see there, shaking the hand of John Humphrey. The Leeds players, 1 or 2 of them are still out there on the pitch. I'm sure that some of them cannot believe the result. Charlton seem dead and buried, but now they know they're in the First Division again next season. 2 Peter Shirtliff goals have guaranteed that. The final score here at St Andrews is Charlton Athletic 2, Leeds United 1.
Peter, that was the most remarkable extra time. Has it really sunk in yet?
Not really. I think it will tomorrow, you know. I'm just pleased for the boys. We've battled well all season. I thought, you know, over 42 league games, we deserve to stay up. Obviously, this is Roy of the Rovers' finish, you know.
When that marvellous free kick went in from Leeds United, I mean, the temptation surely is for the lads' heads to go down.
Yes, I thought that's where we showed a lot of character. We've got to keep playing and keep doing the things what we're doing and getting a bit of success from. We aren't really getting any clear-cut chances. And I thought, you know, if we could just keep plugging away, we could create a couple of chances. Unfortunately, they just seemed to both fall to me.
When was the last time you got 2 goals?
I've never scored 2 goals in my career. That's the first time. Not a bad signing by all,
Absolutely not, no. I mean, there's a rich irony. I mean, you're a Yorkshire lad yourself and you've resigned a Yorkshire team to the 2nd Division.
That's right. Well, you know, I mean, I feel a little bit for Leeds. I feel a little bit sorry for such as John Pearson, because I like the boy. But I'm a professional. I've got to play for Charlton, I'm afraid.
There is a fantastic atmosphere, I suspect, in your changing room right now.
Yeah, a lot of relief more than anything, Roger. You know, we're really pleased. Just delighted to stay in the 1st Division.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So, after a titanic struggle, now we know, but it took 3 matches and extra time to decide. Charlton Athletic stay in Division 1. Leeds United, well, it'll be at least 1 more year before they can make it back. From all of us here at St Andrews, good night.